Most people start their first bike camping trip with good weather. Spring or summer, maybe on a $1,500 Cannondale they've ridden twice in 3 years, plus some Lycra with advanced moisture-wicking technology, probably reverse engineered from the Roswell crash. But my sister, she agreed to go on a cold, wet November day with a vintage Raleigh that had maybe seen 3 kilometers in the last 60 years, a puffer, both the jacket and the medical kind, and a rear light that looked suspiciously like something we saw in the sky 17 years ago to the day, which could have also been related to Roswell. That's actually why we're doing this trip, but I'll get to that.
What? Am I such a noob? Are you sure?
Doing great.
California to Nova Scotia. Found this stuck to.
I'm gonna get us something to eat before.
Okay.
We're going!
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay!
Let's go! The balance good and everything? Okay.
That's good sound.
It's a little windy, isn't it?
A little bit. Should I be grinding?
What a tool. The scenery was pretty bleak. Sorry. No. I promise I won't make another video about seasonal depression. But you may still find some mental illness here. I think my sister was pretty excited about this, actually.
That's smoky.
I wasn't sure she'd stick to her word and come bikepacking with me. Not just because of the weather, but because of where we were going. But again, I'll get to that.
Is that how you use those? I didn't know how to.
Put it directly on your lips. It just sprays the inside of your mouth.
Ah.
You have to completely exhale and spray as you're drawing in the most forceful part of your inhale.
Would it
So
would
that
it give
it
me
doesn't just stick to your
performance
mucous
gains
membrane.
if I had some?
Absolutely.
She almost went in the ditch 3 times at this point. The first leg of the ride took us way longer than we'd planned,
Okay.
and the time we spent at the
Yeah.
grocery store seemed longer than that.
Starting to get dark a little early tonight.
We don't have the luxury of the equator here in Nova Scotia, so we left the store with some poor quality bananas, oranges, and light.
I lost my light. I almost packed zip tie. Almost packed zip tie.
A dick tie?
Zip tie.
Oh, zip tie. Oh,
When her son was 7, I once took him on this very same trail. I was very worried he'd fly off the side of the cliff, but I wasn't as worried as I was now for his mother.
This is the farthest I've ever biked on a real road.
really?
Oh god, yeah, every cycle I take, it's now the farthest, now the farthest.
Like the hobbits when they leave the Shire. Yeah. Isn't it?
So our parents had to come save us. Well, save her, not me. But don't worry, she hadn't backed out.
Huh?
You guys want to just put the car, the butts in the car, and we'll just go?
I mean, it does.
They were just going to meet me there at the site. This left me alone in the dark. And now we knew if it ever came down to a hard decision, exactly which sibling my parents would choose. To be fair though, unlike me, my little sister has a real job, kids, and responsibilities. She's come a long way from that little girl that I once tricked into eating dog food. I met everyone at the site.
We're parked exactly where you are, and it came right up right there.
Look!
I don't know where you're looking.
Over there!
Over there? That's the land over there.
My mom took one look around and got the
This is where it
heebie-jeebies,
happened.
and
I keep seeing lights. I gotta get the f out of here.
my parents got out of there pretty quickly.
I just know you were
Night, night.
When we were young, we'd always try to creep ourselves out, going on little adventures, looking for any sign of something, anything, that broke our view of reality.
What's over there? What is this? No campers.
We're not a camper.
There had to be more to life than what's portrayed in mainstream science and current affairs. All cold, dead atoms and politics. I suppose that makes us a little biased and perhaps ruins the account which is to follow, but 17 years ago, nearly to the day of this little bike-packing adventure, we got what we wanted. Something hovered here right above us. And to add to that, it's been 17 years since we've done anything like this because of that. So honestly, everything changed then. Not in a dramatic way or anything. No strange markings, no lost time. I wasn't out there building plateaus out of potatoes or anything like that. Although I did lots of other unrelated weird things.
Spokes?
The spokes. Pegs. God damn.
Anyhow, life just kept
The
going.
most manual you can be. You can go get more wood.
I often think back to the event. I'd always thought I'd be brave and curious in such a situation. But no. The shaking hands as I tried to start the manual car shift into gear. The almost loss of bowel and bladder control. Speeding out of there, cursing, and trying to make sense of it the whole drive home.
Yeah.
I think that's what really marked the end of an era for us. We both always have been a pair of space cadets,
This is fabulous.
but I think almost literally embodying that caused a shift in us.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
What?
I fucked up my GoPro.
Uh-oh.
LCD display screen replacement parts for GoPro Hero 56789 4186.
So you draw what we saw, and I'll draw what we saw, and see how it matches up to prove that our memories aren't false.
Well, these are 17-year-old memories.
Yes. What I saw, what I remember seeing was red, one light red, one light blue. They're like two big giant hoops of light right here where I'm standing. Two giant hoops of light. One red, one blue. They were kind of like the Windows loading icons.
This is what I feel like I recall. It wasn't. I don't think it was perfectly circular. It felt like probably, it's hard to say perspective-wise. It appeared like oval but circular in movement. It had some centripetal kind of feeling to it. It was red or blue, then red.
So you remember one thing?
No, this is the shape and
Oh.
I
And the
remember it
motion
had
of
the
it,
motion of it.
Yes.
I feel like I remember going that
Yeah.
direction.
This is what I remember. For Perspective out the car window.
Gotcha.
I saw two side-by-side hoops of light, kind of like Windows loading icons.
Gotcha.
Do you remember? Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yeah.
And then-
and so that kind of like describes like the blur, like the blur effect, like the.
Oh, okay.
I remember them being separate. I took them one and then the other. Too, it's like clear, crisply. I remember seeing them. The thing is, the way that light works and the eyes and the rods and the cones at night, it could have been that would still stand.
I slept without my usual cozy hammock, no good trees to hang from, and my sister had forgotten her sleeping bag. I'm a hero, as per the usual, so I gave her my down sleeping quilt and ground pad. There were no mysterious lights, no hovering things, just the quiet. Not that it would have mattered, because the thing we had seen, that was completely silent. But the night was quiet, with some rain here and there, and morning came, as morning tends to do. But I have to point this out because it was so early that it was dark still. My sister's car had been dropped off so she could go straight to work, probably feeling cold, miserable, and looking a bit like Bob and Doug McKenzie. That made two of us. What a pair of hosers, eh?
Good friend, and that's through the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end, 'cause you've been a good friend.
Anyhow, her first bike camping trip wasn't easy, but she made it almost all the way by bike and faced her old fear. And now we've told a bunch of people on YouTube about it, so please like and subscribe, or downvote us. Dislike. This isn't Reddit, sorry. You may or may not believe us. If not, have fun with your small, cold, petty world with atoms and politics. I have no idea what we saw, but there is something strange going on in this world. It was very otherworldly. You may ask, wasn't this trip not worth it? Very anticlimactic, short, and scary and cold and pointless. And I'll say no. This wasn't about being sensational or aliens or whatever it was that we saw all those years ago. It was about hanging out with my little sister again after all these years. And in the end, that was enough to make the world feel less cold and scary again.
That's what it looked like.
Right?